Hey guys. Whew. So, wanted to come on here to share some news with you guys. If I'm honest, God, my heart's racing. I'm not actually sure where to start with this video. So, a few months ago, my mum noticed that the girls were not showing as much movement in their legs as they should be, which wasn't really a concern to me at the time, because from the minute that I left NICU, I was told your babies are premature, so do not compare your babies to other babies. They won't reach the same milestones. Take them as they are, and they will get to where they need to be when they do. So when she told me that, she doesn't think it's normal that they don't move their legs like normal babies, it didn't really, to be honest, ring alarm bells to me. They're my first set of children, and like I said, I'd been told don't compare your babies to other babies because they're premature. Also, when the healthcare visitors had came, we were told they look great, they're healthy, everything's fine. A few signs then started to show a bit later on that they were struggling to feed properly. It was getting gradually less and less and less. We would take them to the GP. We were saying, our babies are not feeding as frequently as they should. They were like, oh, don't worry, it's fine. Just keep trying little and often. Anyway, long story short, after the most grueling 3-4 months and endless appointments, the girls have now been diagnosed with a severe muscle disease called SMA type 1. For those of you that don't know what SMA type 1 is, it is the most severe muscular disease that a baby can get. It stands for Spinal Muscular Atrophy, which can affect, it does affect every muscle in the body, down to legs, arms, breathing, swallowing. And essentially what it does is, over time, it kills the muscles in the body. And if it's not treated in time, your baby's life expectancy will not make it past the age of 2. Once the girls got treated, it was a very rapid process because time is of the essence essentially with this disease. So me and Zion had to sign loads of forms before they'd even got their diagnosis, because they were basically saying to us, we're 95% sure that they've got SMA type 1, so we'd really just like to process the this because like we said, time is of the essence and they need to get treatment ASAP. When they assessed the girls at Great Ormond Street, we were told that they're probably never going to be able to walk. They probably will never regain their neck strength, so they will be disabled. And so the best thing we can do right now is to get them treatment and then just hope for the best. Thankfully, the girls have had their treatment, which, you know, I'm so grateful for, because if they don't have it, they will die. But it has just been endless amounts of hospital appointments. I practically feel like the hospital has become my second home. I also feel like I've almost had to become like a nurse within the space of 2 weeks of getting their diagnosis, because I now have to, you know, put them on breathing machines and do lots of stuff that no mother really should ever have to do on their child. The reason I wanted to make this video was because the last 3 months has honestly been the most heartbreaking time of my life. I literally feel like my whole life has done a 360. I almost feel like I'm not grieving a life that I thought I was going to have with my children. And I know I have to be grateful, you know, because at the end of the day, they're still here. And that's the main thing. And they've had their treatment. And I truly believe that my girls will defy all the odds. And with the right help, they will fight this and, you know, go on to do things that have never been done. But I wanted to make this video because if this, you know, is detected early enough in the first few months of a baby's life, a lot of this stuff can be prevented. So when they get the treatment, essentially what it does is it puts the gene back in the body that they don't have. And it stops any muscles that are working from dying, but ones that have already gone cannot be regained. There is no cure for SMA. There's only treatment that can help. So I guess why I want to make this video is because, you know, it's just frustrating because there's so many children that have been detected from birth because they've had a heel prick from birth, and they've, you know, been detected that they have SMA type 1, and then they've had the treatment, and then these children have been, you know, gone on to walk, they've gone on to live how, you know, a children should live, you know. And I just think that if I can raise as much awareness about this as possible and the signs, then, you know, something good has to come out of this. The signs to look for are floppiness. Your baby won't be able to hold themselves up without any support. Their legs go in like a frog-like position without much movement. They have like bell-shaped bellies. Their breathing is quite rapid within their tummy. But the main thing I want to get across here is that, you know, majority of this can be prevented if it's detected from birth, and all it takes is a heel prick. It's not in this country. There's many countries where it is tested at birth with just a simple heel prick, and I don't think anyone understands like how much this can change your child's life. It can literally save their legs. It can save so many parts of their body and essentially stop them from dying. My mind is so all over the place at the moment, and I really want to make sure that I get across everything that I want to say. But if anyone is watching this video and they think they see these signs in their child, then please take your child to the doctor, to the hospital, because time is of the essence, and your child will need treatment, and the quicker you get this, the better their life will be. Thank you for listening, guys.
Happy New Year to all my lovely subscribers. Singer Nelson reveals her lovely twins may never walk after rare diagnosis. They will fight this. Let's pray for them. Former Little Mix star Nelson has revealed that her twin baby daughters have been diagnosed with a rare genetic condition which means they will probably never walk. The singer gave birth to Ocean Jade and Story Nelson Foster permanently last May with singer, or let's say with musician, Zion Foster. On Sunday, Nelson said in an Instagram video that the girls have spinal muscle, which has decided as the most severe muscle disease, is a progressive muscle wasting disease that can cause death within 2 years if untreated. So this is so sad. At present in the UK, screening for the SMA is only carried out on those who have a sibling with the condition.